The Western Cape, members of the ANC Women's League staging a protest outside the provincial legislature. The group is demanding justice for victims of sexual misconduct allegedly at the hands of suspended Community and Safety Minister MEC, that's Albert Fritz. Our reporter Nobesuthu Hejana was at the protest earlier, joining us now from Cape Town with more details. Nobesuthu, good afternoon. You are the office of the provincial government. Take us through some of the demands of the ANC Women's League.
Well, quite a handful of members of the ANC Women's League are protesting outside their legislature offices this morning. So they are essentially saying that they stand in solidarity with all the victims of the alleged sexual misconduct claims against the MEC or the suspended MEC, Mr. Albert Fritz. So this morning they held a picket outside, holding their placards, demanding justice for those actions that Mr. Fritz is accused of. And they were also saying that they had hoped that members of the legislature would also join them, as this is not only about those victims but to highlight the plight of gender-based violence in the country. So they handed over their petition where they are demanding a speedy investigation into the claims of the sexual misconduct against Mr. Fritz, and also saying that they will stand behind those victims even when those matters go into court, hoping that they get to court speedily. But this is what one member of the ANC had to say. Umamu Beauty Julan.
Until today, there's no case which is opened. Until today, the premier of this province is just saying, suspending this alleged MEC, that he must step aside. Why? And then we've been in this country having this gender-based violence and femicide amongst our women, amongst our kids, amongst our disabled people. Today, here we are still having somebody who is in the office of a higher office that he is being alleged. And we have sent subs that he issued the statement. That statement to us is for themselves, but we wanted to know why the parents of the victims, why the government of this province not opening the case.
At the same time, Nobesuthu, the ANC has slammed the Premier of the Western Cape, Alan Wind, and the DA, accusing them of covering up by not reporting the alleged sexual misconduct claims to the police.
So, but then they're saying that when the DA and the Premier were made known, they received those information about the alleged misconduct, they should have went straight to the police from the get-go and not try to investigate internally. But we know that Premier Alan Winder did announce yesterday that an independent investigator has been appointed, Advocate Jennifer Lewis, to deal with the matter. However, the ANC, on the other hand, say it's too late because that should have been done from the get-go. But this is what Mr. Anwar Dramat had to say.
Premier Windy is not above the law. Premier Windy was supposed to report to the police the criminal offence that would allegedly have been committed by MEC Fritz. Gender-based violence is a crime.
And how do you feel about the way that the DA or the Premier is handling this matter?
As I said, that they are not above the law, you know, and the DA wanting to manage the situation as if it's a mere labor relations matter, and also taking time in doing so to manage their own seemingly internal rumblings within the DA. They were supposed to act properly. They were supposed to recognize that gender-based violence is a crime and should have been reported.